I mean, what is the name your parents gave to you? I say, yes, that's my name. And they see it as something that is so strange. You know, even my own roommates don't even know that I'm from the southeastern part. They don't even know. I grew up in Lagos. I'm a Lagosian. Spoke to a friend that was in Malaysia, but I was almost duped. I don't even know what they were saying. I was like, these men are speaking in tongues. And they were talking with the driver and he was responding. I was like, there is fire on the mountain. Oh, there is fire on the mountain. Hey guys, how are you all doing? And I hope you all are doing well. It's your favorite Mr. Sup. You know, oftentimes I say I hope you all are doing well, and I also believe you all are doing well because actually I can't see you one-on-one, you know what I mean? You oftentimes see me via my lens, but I also wish that you are doing well. Alright, so in today's video, I'll be letting you to know more about me. And in subsequent video, you will also know more. I mean, more and more about me. But today is going to be a kickstart of getting to know more about who is Mr. Sup. All right. You know, I began this YouTube channel without even planning to become a YouTuber. Actually, I'm a consumer. I'm a consumer of content on YouTube. I'm always on YouTube watching content, you know, watching tutorials, you know, learning things on YouTube. That was how I've been on YouTube for many years until I became a content creator. All right, but maybe I'll talk about that alongside the way. Okay, so you get to know how I actually became a content creator on YouTube. I have made some videos recently and people were asking me, you know, they want to get to know more about me, why I'm in China, why I'm working in China. Okay, but I'm not going to put all these topics in one video. It will be too long. I'm going to divide them so you're going to get more details as it permits. All right. Who is Mr. Sup? All right, my name is Sunday. That's my actual name, Sunday. Okay, my first name is Sunday. And, you know, it's funny to hear that I'm Sunday here in China. Anyway, I'm based in China now. And, you know, each time I tell them in China that my name is Sunday, they say, your name is Sunday? How come you are Sunday? I mean, what is the name your parents gave to you? I say, yes, that's my name. My name is Sunday. And you know, Sunday here is a day of the week anyway, generally a day of the week. Or let me say weekend, you know, or the first day of the week anyway, as it could be. And they see it as something that is so strange. How could you be bearing the days of the week? You know, here in China, people don't bear Sunday, Friday, Monday like we bear in Africa. I mean, Nigeria, where I come from. People can easily bear Sunday. If you were born on Sunday, yeah, your parents can give you the name Sunday. If you are born on Monday, you can be called Monday if your parents wish to, okay? And if you are born on Friday, just like that, they can pick the days of the week, then, you know, and use that as your name. All right. And you know, even I also asked my parents, I said, why am I called Sunday? And they told me, well, I was born on Sunday, yeah. And you know, people started calling me Sunday. You know, the naming ceremony is usually the 8th day, you know, 8th day. They do this naming ceremony after 8 days or so. Those that came to, you know, greet my parents, they already started calling me Sunday, Sunday, you know, and the name took over my name, or let me say the name became what everybody knew me as. So before the 8th day, you know, I was actually given that name Sunday. All right. So that's how I became, you know, I came to that, you know, name Sunday. So that's my name. So my name is Sunday, and you know, well, you know, I decided to choose Mr. Sup. Okay. So my name is actually Sunday. Okay. All right. So Mr. Sup is just a screen name. Okay. And initially I was actually bearing adventure with Sup. All right. And later I just changed it to Mr. Sup. Okay. You can just call me Sup. It's okay. And just Mr. It doesn't really mean anything. Just Mr. Sup. All right. Or Mr. Sup or Sup. Any of them goes very well. So I'm actually from the southeastern part of Nigeria, specifically known as Abia State. All right. But I was born and I, you know, grew up or stayed all my life in the southwest part of Nigeria, you know, specifically in Lagos. So I was born in Lagos, I grew up in Lagos, I schooled in Lagos, you know, everything about me is just about Lagos. So I'm a kind of Lagosian, a Lagosian, Omo Yoruba. Omo Yoruba, like say a Yoruba boy. So, even at the time, I could even speak more of the southwestern language, that is the Yoruba language, more than my own language. Okay, even now I speak more of the Yoruba, than my own language, because I was born there. I grew up among the people. The language, the culture, my kindergarten, nursery school, primary school, secondary school, university, first degree, everything was just in the southwestern part of Nigeria. And even funny enough, when I was in the university, my first degree, people don't even know I'm from the southeastern part. My own roommate never even knew. I was the one that later told them that I'm from the southeastern part, because when they saw my surname, and they were like, how come you are bearing an Igbo surname? And they were surprised, and they started to wonder. So, and I said, okay, yeah, I'm from the southeastern part, of Nigeria. Even with my surname, they were still confused because they thought I'm a Yoruba guy. The language of the southwestern people is Yoruba. The common language is Yoruba. All right. So they thought I'm a Yoruba guy because I speak the language very fluently. All right. And most of my friends are the Yoruba guys. I was, let me say, I could mix up with the Yoruba guys very easily because I've known them, I've lived with them, I grew up with them. I'm just like one of them. So they thought I'm a Yoruba guy. All right. So I'm from the southeastern part, but I was born and brought up, all my life in Lagos. All right. And for my education, all right, like I've mentioned, nursery, primary, secondary, first degree, all are in Lagos, Nigeria. All right. And for my first degree, I studied mechanical engineering. Okay. So actually, I'm a mechanical engineer, all right, by profession, and I'm still a mechanical engineer now. I'm still practicing as a mechanical engineer, all right. It's funny because you see me on YouTube. Hey, hello, how are you doing? You don't know what he's doing behind the screen. Okay. Actually, I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm a mechanical design engineer. All right. My first degree in Nigeria, I studied mechanical engineering. All right, from University of Ado-Ekiti. All right. Ado-Ekiti is one of the states as well in the south western part of Nigeria. Ado-Ekiti, or it's called Ekiti State. So I schooled in Ekiti State for my first degree, and I came to China also to study mechanical engineering. All right, in design and manufacture. So I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. All right. I'm also a registered mechanical engineer. All right. In like, for instance, when you study medicine, okay, before you can be called a medical doctor, or before you could use the abbreviation doctor, I guess, you should have done some, post, what's it called, certification or so. You should have, gone to some, I think they call it housemanship or so. After you graduate from MBBS, medical school, you should do some kind of housemanship or some kind of, course that you should pass. And then you could, use the prefix doctor. I think so, yeah. You don't just come out of medical school and become a doctor. You should do some kind of examination. Even the accountants, to become a chartered accountant, something like that. I may not be very perfect, but I think I have these ideas. And likewise, those in law, they have to finish the law school. Go to the regular university, graduate, and you go to a law school, and you'll be called to bar. I think I'm in line. And if I'm not, please try and correct me in the comment section. Likewise, we as engineers, okay? And after that, I had to write some exams to become a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. And also, I'm also a corporate member of the COREN. The COREN means the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. It's called COREN. Okay, so I'm also a corporate member of COREN. All right, so that's it. So for my family, I'm from a family of 5. Okay, we are 3 boys and 2 girls. I'm the number 4. Number 4. All right, family of 5. All based in Lagos and still in Lagos till now. All right, so for me, Lagos is home for me. Okay, home. I can easily mingle, in Lagos, than any other place for now. Not even in my own state. Can you imagine? Because yeah, I grew up in Lagos. I'm a Lagosian. I only go to my village, you know, as in my state as in my hometown for visits, all right? So I'm more familiar in Lagos. I know all the, you know, hustle and bustle. I know everywhere in Lagos. It's just for me a home, all right? My family all based in Lagos, all right? So that is it. And also here, I'm here in China with my family as well, all right? My family, my wife, and my kids, all right, in China here as well. Actually, I never had China in my plan initially, to be frank with you, all right? Initially, I had intention to study in UK, all right? So I applied for a school in London, West London College, all right? And I was given an admission, but it was a kind of temporal admission. So, and the requirement is that I had to pay all my school fee before I'll be given the admission document to go and apply for the visa. You know, here in China, it's called the JW202. So even if a school gives you an admission, they must send you this document. It's called JW202. So with this document, you can apply, or you can go to the embassy and apply for a visa. Without the document, no matter what admission you get from a school in China, you cannot enter China, or you cannot get a student visa. All right. So for me, I needed a document from West London College, all right, to go to the embassy. They only send me a letter, all right. You have been given a kind of provisional admission, and you know they put all the requirements, all I should fulfill. But the major requirement is just the school fee. So I spoke to the school and I said, okay, can you give me, or can you allow me to pay part of the school fee? But the school refused. The school said I have to pay the full school fee for the first year, all right. It was really not convenient for me at that point in time. So I had to forfeit the admission. And after then, because I knew I had this intention, okay, to study, to further my education abroad. I had that intention, okay. So after then, I spoke to, I started speaking to some friends that were abroad, all right. Speaking to them, I want to, relocate, or I want to move abroad to, finish my, all right, complete, or what's it called, further my studies. And also then I was also writing to some schools, going to schools' websites, looking for admission opportunity and also looking for scholarship. As it could be, I didn't really get scholarship anyway. And spoke to a friend. He was then in Toronto, studying in Toronto. And okay, like, I would like to get an admission in Toronto. How do you go about that? You're just trying all ways to see how you could, get this admission, because then I wasn't so informed on how to go about them than to go to school websites and look for, just search on Google, look for different schools and start, surfing the net, go to their website. That was only what I knew. But it is more easier if you had known someone that has gone through a school. Okay, they could, or someone that is studying abroad, they could give you other tips and helpful information on how to get the admission more easier. So I was also looking for friends that were abroad, and fortunately I got one friend anyway that was studying in Malaysia, but I was almost duped, so I had to forsake that one as well. And just casually, I met a friend of mine. I just told him that, look, I'm trying to secure admission abroad. And he said, okay, don't worry, I have a friend in China. Do you like to go to China? I said, yes, it's fine. Let me see. Because then I was just looking for any good country where I could, get my master's degree done. And he told me, yeah, you could talk to a friend in China. And for me, I said, China? Though I never had China in mind. I was like, China, okay. And I had to start looking more about China. And I saw it was a promising country, all right. With a kind of diverse culture. I have not learned anything about Chinese before. So I felt for me, it's going to be for me an open door to also learn about their culture, learn about their language, All right, so I said, let me give it a try. So at that point in time, I started looking online. Then all I knew about China was just, all this kung fu movie that I would usually watch, kung fu movie, and all those stuffs, Shaolin, So I began the process, and before you know it, I'm already in China. So my friend linked me to his friend in China, and we began the process, and the school gave me the required documents, and I went to, but don't forget I mentioned a document called JW202. So we began the process, and the school gave me the required documents, most important one called the JW202, and that was how my journey to China began. All right, and I have never regretted being in China. It's really an awesome experience, a whole lot of exposures for me. Daja hao. It means hello everyone. All right, so did I learn Chinese before coming to China? Frankly speaking, no. You know, sometimes when you want to study abroad in a different country, you can just go online and start doing some kind of crash programs or crash courses to learn about the language. I never learned anything about Chinese language. In fact, hello means ni hao. I have never learned hello before coming to China. So coming here to China, to be frank with you, it was not an easy experience. All right, and I'm going to put this advice to you. If you want to go to any country to either relocate, all right, yeah, relocate, maybe even study. If you have the opportunity to travel to that country before studying or before relocating, it will be very nice. All right, very nice. So go to the country. If you can go there on a visit, go there. If you have the fund, go there on a visit, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, go there and just have a look at the country. See if it's something you could adapt to. All right. So for me, I never knew that it was a different ball game. All right, coming to China, but I thank God that I was able to adapt perfectly. Adapt very well. Not everyone will come to China and adapt, to be frank with you. Not everyone will come to China and adapt, because number one, for you to adapt with our people, you must learn the language. The language is very, in fact, the language is everything, because language is culture, language is communication. All right. So if you cannot speak their language, you do not have a link with their culture. That's the meaning. Because language is part of culture. And if you cannot speak their language, the kind of trust that we have on you or with you is going to be limited. The things that you can do in that country is going to be limited because there's a language barrier. All right. So when I came here, there was a big gap, language barrier. I couldn't speak Chinese. I was just like what they call Johnny Just Come, JJC. All right. So when I came here to China, now let me just give you a quick story. It also may help you. Now, while we were coming, 2 guys picked me from the airport, from the from the train station, all right, to the school. And when they picked me, so while we were coming, they are Nigerian guys, while we were coming, so they were speaking with the taxi driver, and they were speaking with the guy in Chinese. So I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to face this big language barrier in China, because I don't even know what they were saying. I was like, these men are speaking in tongues. What they were saying was, for me, completely strange. They were speaking in unknown tongues. I was like, what are these guys saying? And they were talking with the driver, and he was responding. I was like, there is fire on the mountain. No, there is fire on the mountain. So I had this. But as we were talking, I was just keeping quiet. I was just thinking, man, this is issue for me, as in a big issue. But as they were talking, I had them say one word, c'est la dent. So it's like the man was repeating the same word, the driver was repeating the same word. So I feel he was correcting them, because they were saying something, c'est la dent. I said, no, this is c'est la dent. So he was correcting them from what I was saying, because they were repeating one word, and the man was like, reiterating that same word. So I feel he was correcting them on how to say that word or whatever. So I now asked them, I said, hey guys, what are you guys saying? I don't know what people are saying. Is this Chinese you're speaking? He said, yes, it's Chinese. And I said, I said, then what are you people discussing with the man? They said they are asking the man about the direction for Sheraton Hotel. So Sheraton means Silaidon. I said, oh, so the man was telling them the direction for Sheraton Hotel, and was also giving them the right word or how to pronounce it, correctly. Silaidon means Sheraton. All right. So then I knew that the language is going to be a barrier for me, because at that point when they switched to Chinese, I was like, I was completely off. All right. So at that bridge, it's called Siqiao. There's a bridge called Siqiao. We passed that bridge. And on that bridge, they were having that discussion. And that was on the same bridge I vowed that I must learn this language. Whatever it will take me, I must learn this language. There is no going back, because for me, I was completely lost. And I knew that if I do not make up my mind to learn the language, I cannot coexist with this society. All right, so I decided I'm going to learn the language, and that was the beginning point for me. So when I was having my MSc, we had Chinese classes, alongside with my major courses. But the Chinese class was not much for we master degree. We never had much of the Chinese courses. We had those few courses. We had Chinese listening, we had Chinese speaking, we had comprehension, we had Chinese culture. So the Chinese culture was just about Chinese culture, was not about the speaking or hearing or listening. So we have the comprehension, the speaking and listening, which is more about how to train you on how to, the Chinese language itself. So we had lesser time with the Chinese class in school. Unlike those that are doing the degree courses, they had more of the time, more lecture hours. We had those few lecture hours, all right? And we only had Chinese for only 3 months. So I never had more time in class. And at that time, I could not interact with the local people here. So if I'm to go out to buy anything, I don't even know how to talk to them. And then when I was going out to buy things, I had to go with a friend. They had to help me out. If I'm going to buy anything, I have to go out with them, and they were just like my interpreter. But I knew that if I'm going out with them at all point in time, it's not going to work. Since I've decided I'm going to learn this language, I need not to go oftentimes with an interpreter. Except when we went to buy winter jackets, they took me to the market. But later I started going out on my own. I'll go out to the South Gate and to buy some stuffs, and I'll say, hello, how much is this bread? How much is this milk? And they will tell me that, it means, I don't know what you are saying. Please speak Chinese. I don't know what you are saying. Please speak Chinese. All right. So for me, it was, I don't even know what they were saying then. It was like hell for me. I was so pissed off that I was like, why can't you people speak English? English is universal. But man, these people are in their local place, they are in their home, and they don't speak English in China. All right. So sometimes they even insult me. Sometimes they'll get angry with me, get furious with me. But something I did that really helped me so much is that I never gave up. I will still go back to those people the next day. And when they see me, they say, he has come again, They'll point me that this guy has come again, that troublesome boy has come again. From there, we could use sign language to talk. And later we started, interacting. And later we became friends with those people. The local guys, local seller or so. So I was going to them oftentimes, speaking with them, because I knew that for me to learn the Chinese language, I must interact with the local people. It is very important. Anywhere you are. What helped me a lot to learn Chinese very quickly is that I decided to go to the local people. Go to them. Every day I go to them. I just play around with them, go to the, to the mall, go to the shop at the South Gate, go to those fruit seller, hello, and they know me till today. They know me. It's really funny. So I had to mix up with these guys, and from there I could hear them speak. I could know what they are saying, and I could learn, from there I was learning what they were saying, and that was how my Chinese got improved. But I'm trying to encourage you that you can also speak any language of your choice if you have chance to interact with the local people. You can do that, but you must put some work. And there are some of my colleagues that also came to China with me, but they did not apply these techniques of mixing up with the local people. And when they have stayed there maybe like 2 years or so, or 2 years before we finish our courses, they found it very difficult, because at that point in time, just like they do give one proverb, when a fish is fresh, you can bend the fish very easily, but when the fish is dry, it becomes difficult to bend. So at that time, they have stayed long in China. At that point in time, it's for them more difficult, because the longer they stayed and they didn't learn the language, it becomes more difficult to even learn the language at the later stage. But at that stage, when I came to China at the early stage, I said, I'm going to learn this language. And that was what gave me the edge over most of my colleagues, as in most of my classmates. And to today, it has always also helped me as well. So guys, please try and subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, let's take this channel to the next level. All right, it doesn't cost you anything. All right, just to click that subscribe button, and also you click that bell button so you get notified each time I make any post. All right, so how do I cope with these Chinese people? All right, like I've said, the language is very important in China. Anywhere you go to, for you to have a leverage over others, you must learn the language. Very important, okay? Very, very important. All right, so for the Chinese people, they don't speak English, though we have some Chinese people that speak English in big cities like maybe Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Zhejiang, just name them, Shenzhen, Tianjin, virtually everywhere in China they speak English, but not as you may expect. All right, you may see maybe out of 10 Chinese that you may meet in a day, maybe only one could reply you in English in some cities, but in big cities, maybe the youths, the younger generation speak, English more. Here in China, how did I cope all through is that, number one, like I said, I have to learn the language. The language is very, very important. All right, so with the language, when you speak the Chinese language and the Chinese man sees you, he gets more relaxed, okay? Because sometimes when they even see you, they see that foreigner. So the first impression they have about you is that you cannot speak Chinese as a foreigner. Oftentimes they have that impression about you that you cannot speak Chinese. All right, and when you conquer that impression they have about you and you speak Chinese to them, they get more relaxed with you. All right, they get more relaxed. Sometimes you could go to the what's it called? You go to the pharmacy, you go to the mall, you want to buy some stuffs, and when they see you and you just say hello, and they just what timbudong, like what timbudong. I don't understand what you're saying, but when you tell them ni hao, all right, and they look, ni hao, so they get a little bit relaxed, because they know you can speak the language. Without communication, you cannot do anything when it comes to meeting people and talking to them or interacting with them. So for them, that communication is a very important thing. So when they see you, they have this, you can't speak Chinese. So, but when you let them know you can speak Chinese, they get more relaxed with you. All right, and sometimes even as a foreigner, you get a way, or you get let me use the word, you get some leverage, so you get some privilege. Sometimes maybe you go to the mall, okay, for instance now, you go to some places and they look at you, maybe a security man sees you and he wants you to maybe fill what's it called, some form that maybe you're coming to this estate, fill a form, and since you're as a foreigner, you just put your phone number and just go, because maybe they feel you cannot write Chinese language. Sometimes you just get some kind of small petty leverage, because they think you cannot speak Chinese. All right, so but generally the Chinese people are welcome people. They are nice, frankly speaking. All right, and in every country we have the good and the bad. Everywhere they are, even here in China, they have the good, you have the bad. Even in my country, everywhere. All right, but generally speaking, the people are welcoming. All right, because I can't just even, okay, for instance, one day I was passing along a street, you know, and some guys saw me, hey, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. You know, so sometimes when they see you as a foreigner, they just greet you, they call you. They were having barbecue. Come, and they called me, sit down, sit down, sit down. Let's eat together. And you know, I just sat down with them and eat with them. And they said, order anything you like, order anything you like. And I ordered chicken, and you know, we ate, and you know, just on the, you know, damn. But I can't, frankly speaking, I can't do that anywhere, you know, other than China. You know, I can't do that anywhere other than China, to be frank with you, you know, because the people are simple-hearted. Are you getting it? Simple-hearted, generalists, you know, simple-hearted, and sometimes they want to make friends with you. If you're also friendly, they want to make friends with you. All right. It doesn't mean that you will not get to meet some people that are tough here. Some people are also tough, but if you know how to play your game very well, if you know how to do your things very well, be at the right place at the right time, do your things normally. Don't cause problem, don't cause chaos. You know, you will not have any issue in China. I mean, no single issue. You will enjoy to be in China. All right. And if you know how to do your things, do them very well, you will enjoy being in China. Though sometimes you may go to a place and people see you as a foreigner, they get a little bit, you know, nervous to speak with you. Sometimes they don't want to talk to you, you know, because you're a foreigner. It's just normal. It happens everywhere. All right. But like I said, if you approach them well, and even sometimes when you even approach them well, even speak the language, if someone doesn't want to speak with you because you're a foreigner, maybe they have some kind of phobia, they will not speak with you. Okay, all right. But sometimes when you speak a language with them, they get relaxed and oh, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, and they talk to you, and life keeps going on. So guys, I think I've been able to give you a simple or complex, anyhow you see it, introduction of myself. All right, so you know who is Mr. Sup, and how I came to China, and you know, just something about me that you think are needful for you to know. And if there are other things that you need to know or you want to know, please let me know in the comment section. I will try as much as possible within my capacity to let you know what those things are. All right, so guys, thanks for being here today, and I'm really glad you stayed to the end of this video to watch and to also hear from me. All right, so in my next video, I'll be telling you how I got a job in China. All right, how I started working in China. I'm sure you won't like to miss that. Okay, stay tuned and see you till I come to your way next time. It's favorite Mr. Sup. See you and stay cool.